Hello everyone, Jetpack Joyride is back, and today's topic will be Theory Hub. Something seems off, right? Welcome back, dreamers, to the Theory Hub, where we discuss things that probably won't happen. But hey, at least it's fun, right? Easy intro. Anyway, I'm Lander. Let's dive into today's theory. The true story behind Jetpack Joyride? I'll explain that right away. Now, nearly 10 years ago, when mobile games were still very primitive, the most popular type of game at that time wasn't Battle Royale or Moby like today, but rather endless runner games. Notable examples include Temple Run, Spider-Man Unlimited, Minion Rush, Zombie Tsunami, Subway Surfers. Of course, we cannot forget today's main content, Jetpack Joyride. Do you think a vague game without a clear storyline like Jetpack Joyride would be difficult to theorize about? Yes, but for me, not really. I don't know about you guys now, but back then, when I first held a smartphone in my hand, Jetpack Joyride was one of the first games I had to download. The game is old now, and I'm a bit old too, so some of you here might never have played it, and if you have played it, then sit down and listen to my achievements. It's fun, right? Jetpack Joyride first launched in 2011 and was developed by Half-Brick Studios, the developer of the mobile game Hit Fruit Ninja that took the world by storm. So it's no surprise that this game has such an engaging and addictive gameplay. Basically, players will transform into a character named Barry and begin their adventure with a very advanced machine gun jetpack on their back. The fun part is that you won't eliminate enemies with bullets fired from the jet engine onto the ground. Therefore, flying high is the only way to handle the problems on your journey. You will encounter many enemies trying to stop you, along with many dangerous traps ready to take you down at any time. So besides avoiding and eliminating obstacles, you should also try to collect as much money and items along the way as possible. They will turn into giant robots, dragons, or at least some protective accessories, giving you very useful advantages. Although it has been out for a long time, the hotness of this mobile game still has a huge impact, as shown by the fact that on iOS, even after 9 years, it still ranks 25th on the App Store, above many other games, with the average score of the game on reputable review sites like the App Store, Pocket Gamer, and Mobile Critic all being over 90 throughout its active time. Jetpack Joyride has won numerous awards, such as Best App of 2011, Best Mobile Game of 2012, and runner-up for iPhone Game of the Year 2012. To date, Jetpack Joyride has over 750 million downloads, possibly more than the record of Angry Birds. But even so, it's already a remarkable success. From the intro so far, you guys must have already headed to the storm shelter, right? So later, if I go overboard, I won't take responsibility. First, some questions about the Jetpack Joyride game arise. Firstly, it's definitely about the main character, Barry Steakfries. Did you notice that Barry first appeared in another game, not Jetpack Joyride? That's Age of Zombies, which has now been removed from the App Store. So you can't play it anymore. But let me tell you a little bit. The character in the game is none other than Barry. He has to travel through various historical periods to save humanity from the apocalypse. In Age of Zombies, he is described as a reckless, adventurous, and very brave person. He is ready to rush into danger whenever he can, and always helps people when they are in trouble. The notable point is that Barry in the game doesn't wear the familiar machine gun jetpack from Jetpack Joyride. Instead, Barry fights zombies with conventional weapons like submachine guns, grenades, etc. This proves that what you witnessed in Age of Zombies happened before the events in Jetpack Joyride. Barry breaks into the lab to steal the machine gun jetpack. He was already a hero fighting zombies to save the world, and Barry also appears in many other Half-Brick games like Dan the Man, but only as a guest role. Next is about the lab that Barry breaks into to steal the machine gun jetpack. Besides this jetpack, they also create all the equipment and vehicles in the game, such as the teleportation machine, the anti-gravity suit, the coin-dropping bird, etc. They also develop weapons like the Stomper suit, Scrooge machine gun, and the most impressive giant robot, Lil Stomper. So what exactly is this lab? According to many gamer studies, the lab Barry breaks into is called Legitimate Research. This is a top-secret base, researching and developing technologies to benefit life. There are also weapons, but in general, the inventions of the scientists here are quite quirky. I don't understand why they thought combining an ATM with a bird was a good idea. The scientists at Legitimate Research are quite mysterious with their full-body suits. but they are not actually villains, just busy researchers and technical experts. Even though that they are scientific geniuses, they sometimes appear lazy and clumsy. They occasionally get electrocuted by the high-voltage electrical system they activate themselves. Even without any provocation from Barry, they are easily startled and tend to panic, running around the lab. For some unknown reason, just seeing Barry pass by makes everything chaotic. Some scientists even faint or pass out from fear without being injured or hit by the jetpack. If they don't run away, they stand paralyzed in fear, just holding their heads, hoping Barry will leave them alone. Barry, on the other hand, causes all kinds of trouble for the scientists, and he doesn't seem to care whether he injures them while causing havoc in the research facility. Despite this, there's no enmity between Barry and the scientists. In the short films of Jetpack Joyride, posted by Halfbrick, Barry and the scientists still laugh and talk normally. Occasionally during Barry's rampage in the lab, both sides even high-five each other like friends. The scientists always have to be prepared for their research to be disrupted by Barry. When Barry starts a riot in the research facility, the scientists here try to protect themselves. They have set up defense systems with lasers, high-voltage electricity, and fire to take down Barry before he destroys the entire place. Who is really behind legitimate research? Many believe that Dr. Brains, the final boss of Age of Zombies, is the owner of this research facility. Evidence lies in the animated film For the Barry on Halfbrick Studios' YouTube channel. All the scientific experiments of legitimate research are to serve Dr. Brain's world domination scheme. Let me summarize once again the key points my theory needs to address. 1. Before Barry appeared in Jetpack Joyride, he had saved the world from the zombie apocalypse. 2. The research facility in the game is legitimate research. 3. Dr. Brains is the mastermind behind the zombie apocalypse and the research facility. Here's the theory about the story of Jetpack Joyride. This game is directly related to Age of Zombies, so I will combine both games in one theory. The Legitimate Research Corporation was founded in the early 2000s by Dr. Brains. Its purpose was to research medical and biological fields. In an effort to research the SARS virus, Dr. Brains created a vaccine, but did not anticipate its side effects. Those who received the vaccine became infected with rabies, leading to the zombie apocalypse. The infected displayed psychotic symptoms and liked to bite others. The zombie virus spread, causing a global pandemic. Dr. Brains decided to eliminate the F0, F1 by throwing them into a space portal, sending them into an indefinite void. Unexpectedly, they were sent across various points in time, causing the zombie apocalypse in different eras, from the dinosaur age, Egypt, Japan, to the future. Barry was an idle young man with no purpose in life. He dreamed of becoming an action hero like in the movies. When the zombie apocalypse broke out, Barry became a hero, fighting zombies, realizing legitimate research was behind the apocalypse. With a gun in hand, Barry marched straight into the headquarters, confronting Dr. Brains, and destroyed all zombies across the timeline. History changed, and the new timeline no longer had zombies. Legitimate research became a regular science and technology research facility. After saving the world, Barry returned to normal life, becoming a music player salesman. Feeling bored with life, Barry decided to break into legitimate research headquarters to steal the jetpack. In the new timeline, legitimate research focuses on mechanical and electronic technology, developing weapons like the Stomper suit, Scrooge machine gun, and giant robot Lil Stomper. Although still harboring world domination plans, they no longer create zombies. Dr. Brains still remembers what happened in the previous timeline. Barry returns to normal life with no zombies to kill, and only causes trouble for the scientists out of boredom. The scientists know this well and bear no grudges against Barry, just hoping he doesn't cause any major damage. Every time Barry breaks in, the scientists see it as an opportunity to test their inventions. This explains the ranking system in the game. And that is our entire theory about the true story behind Jetpack Joyride. Thank you very much for patiently watching the entire video. If you like our theories, please leave a 1. If there's anything you are not satisfied with, do not hesitate to share with us. And don't forget to suggest a Theory Hub, the topics you want to see, so we can serve you better. This is Lander from the Theory Hub, wishing you all a great day.